lunch pretty soon, and then more than likely spending the afternoon. So this isn't going to be too long, but I figured I'd go back on and see what's happening, if anybody's on or what have you, since it's not my own server anymore. I don't know who's on anymore unless I go on or check the registry. Maybe we'll do that real quick. But okay, so stream health. I guess that means good. I guess that means alright. Okay, whatever. I don't even think I have to be here. So that's cool. So, let me just go up to my channel for a second. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, good. Second test, July 9th, everything's good. Yeah, I want to put announcements out ahead of time, like events, but I'm not 100% sure how that's going to work. Now, I just changed the features a little bit, so hopefully, basically check my YouTube channel, check the Wikia for the latest. The Wikia is going to be probably the source, as I just posted on the Wikia that I was going back on for very short notice, because I'm getting hungry, so I'm going to have lunch pretty soon. Maybe I'll have a snack here, get that out of the way first, and then I'll deal with it. But yeah, I think I'll do that instead. So last night we were on with this one for 2 hours and 38 minutes and 56 seconds. No interruptions, no issues. We finally had a meet towards the end of the night, but we followed the Cadiz local, who basically was his first run, and we just followed him, and we wanted to test things out. I'm going to do the same thing now. What's amazing about this is the quality really was pretty good. The software is absolutely free that I'm using. This is the software here. It is open broadcast software, which is all open source. I wouldn't say it's perfectly user-friendly, but there's a lot of options. So there's a bit of a learning curve. I've got the basics going. All I had to do was you have to right mouse click into the source to do a monitor capture. Anybody can do this, by the way. So if you got bandwidth and you wanna stream videos, I mean, come on. This was, I don't know what your plans are like, but my plans got about 150 gigabytes, and it only took me 1.4 gigabytes for 2 hours and 38 minutes yesterday. I mean, that's fine, because I'm not going to do this every day. I got, my job and my life. I'm going to see my son later today, so weekends are usually, spending time with my son. Usually I have him by now. I usually have him Friday night. Things are changing with the summer and everything, but he's got a birthday party today, so I don't get to see him until later on, so I figured I'd try this out now again. And we're streaming right now. It looks like everything's good. So with that in mind, let me just pop on over to the server and see what's happening. But I want to have, like, the titles. I get to change the titles. I don't want to create events, like I was saying. I want to make it so that, yeah, I'm going to post my availability like I always do, and I encourage others to do the same. I mean, post your availability. Let others know when you're coming online, especially if you know ahead of time, because what that does is that allows others to potentially meet up with you. Especially right now, we have planned coming up. Oh, daylight again. Daylight out on the west coast, so that's good. I think it's about 8:30 in the morning out there. I watched the sunset there last night. It was getting close to midnight in the east, so it says 07:37, but it's actually 08:37, which is right. This is set perfectly fine. It's actually because of its standard time. So let me see who's on. Quick way, we got one user on right now, so still pretty early. A lot of people sleeping in. Actually, nothing's going on at the moment, so this might be a really quick stream. So yeah, I'm going to make this a quick one. I think I'll leave it at that. So, what we have? We had the Cadiz local last night. Make it all the way Cadiz. I gotta go a few things. How about I do that then, and I might post a little bit more about this on the Wikia, since it's the server's dead at this time. Nobody's on, which is okay. I'm just going to take a quick look and see the activity, if there was any activity. There used to be a fair amount of activity overnight, at least when I was running the server. But then again, I used to do a late night thing. So currently, this is the welcome screen. There's a few things you want to see if you're new to RTS, or you want to find out more about it. I did make a change this morning because I had a user who wants to get back involved. So when you go, this isn't. I go to the Wikia activity when I go on, but when you go to the home page, you get this. I'll update this once in a while. It doesn't really give me more than 4, so maybe I'll try to update that and get the latest news up there so that things change, etc. But it'll show you the latest activity, what's been going on, what's been changing, etc. I think everything's working out okay there. So yeah, a little bit of advertisement, which is, you know, fine and dandy. But we have if you're not a member, and what I mean by that is if you're not a registered member, and if you're old to RTS or haven't been on for a while, you may not be in the membership list. If you don't have the current password, the password's no longer visible on the procedures section. But the procedures section will tell you about being a new member. This little blurb here I changed because it was kind of misleading. It was kind of where we were in the past. Just check this here. But when you get new messages and you're a member, you need to be a Wikia member to get into that. But let me just go into okay, that's just Tom replying. So I'll just go in. It is as simple as this. This is how, you know, a form sounds good for me. Running smoothly lately, and this is Tom to talk about his server. I have not had much time to get on the last 2 weeks, though. Pretty sure the other night we had 5 guys on, and there was, and they were on TeamSpeak even. Awesome. So some people run TeamSpeak, others don't. It is optional. I don't think we have a TeamSpeak server in California. Tom does have a TeamSpeak for Florida. Mike, I don't think, has one. I never had one. I never used it. I could care less. I don't mind talking, and I don't mind hearing myself talk, as if I'm the one in the cab, or if there's myself and somebody else in the cab. Like, of course, that's not happening here. So I can see possibly, if I ever got down to 2-man crews, actually having a TeamSpeak open between myself and somebody else as if we were talking to each other in the crew, which would be kind of cool, actually, when you think about it. But to put others, to put other people, when you're running a train, let me just reply to this real quick. So it's dead in California at the moment. So, and this is how we interact with each other. So there's plenty of messages. It's easy to become a member, and you don't have to be. If you want to find out more about RTS, you do not have to sign up for anything. You can find out all this information by just going to the Wikia. And I can't think if there's any post here. I'm just looking to see if there's any non-member posts. I don't see. Okay, here's one, a Wikia contributor. So, oops, I should be showing that because it's showing IP addresses. I apologize. Because I'm an admin, I get access to see. If you are a non-member, I do get access to see the IP address. It's not a big deal. So don't worry about it. Anybody can see those. But I'll try to stay away from that then. But you can post anonymously on here, and you know, I could edit that out, I suppose, but it's, you know, I'm not going to show anybody's personal information other than that. I just wanted to get into that. So again, I forgot that that showed up, so sorry about that. But the information for that is stored on our own Google Sheet. Everything else is updated here when things have changed or when the procedures change. So you'll know if you haven't been around. This has changed. Operations, that's probably have changed since then, but I don't have an actual date. So when you come into the registry, this is what's happening. This is California server. What's happening there? You go on the Wikia. You like I said, you don't have to be a member. You can get to links to everything that we do. If you want to see what this is about, obviously, if you're seeing this YouTube video, then it's getting out there enough that you know you have access to my YouTube channel and all the videos and all the live streams. Check the Wikia. I recommend becoming a member of the Wikia, even if you don't want to become an RTS member, because then you get the latest updates. It's just like another forum. Wikia is something that is totally independent of my approval or whatever. So you become a Wikia member, you can log on to any Wikia site, and there's tons out there. I don't personally belong to any other Wikia sites, but you can basically go on to any other Wikia, and it's a Wikia profile. So it's just another social media type thing, blah blah blah. And they've been really, it's probably one of the most powerful platforms we've had for RTS. It's not the greatest user-friendly forum. The whole thing is to categorize like a Wikipedia type environment, or a wiki, where everything has a link, so that, or anything is searchable. But it doesn't have to be searchable. You can post a simple message giving a link, and the home page alone, like I said, would show everything. So you can go way the heck over here. I put it way over here because if you wanna run something, you want to see what's available. Say out of BNSF Bakersfield right now, there's 3 trains right there. A703 is the Amtrak that's sitting. I'll show you here, just to give you an idea that when you become a member. So what A703 is, whoops, I got to go down here to the Amtrak station. We run the Amtrak trains. Since we had the extension, we decided to run. Okay, so I'm the only one on now. Where's the passenger station? Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Oh, here it is. I don't see A703. Oh, there it is. Sorry, lag. There's a lot there. There's 2 of them trains in there. Okay. I was like, where the heck is it? I'm so used to being on the server because everything having my own server, because everything would pop up right away. So you control F8 to see what trains are what. That's the engine number. There's 711, and sure enough, there's 703 there. So he's released and ready for departure. What happens is they got an inward-outward operation. So he came in at 714. This dude here came in at 716, and it's scheduled just like the actual schedule. So it's a short little run if you just want to get your if you have the Amtrak pack and you just want to get your feet wet. Bakersfield, yeah, it's not for the amount of tracks we have here. We still don't use it that much. I don't know. Most of the industries is still on UP, so I really don't understand that, because when you look over at UP Bakersfield, in comparison, we've got the SJVR yard, we've got the crew, we've got, I mean, it is pretty full. It is a fully operational yard. And of course, then you got the big one, which is Barstow. And this will take a little while to load, I would imagine, across the network. But yeah, see, my RAM's up to 1017, so it's increasing. Yeah, you gotta watch that because there's limitations once you get too high. But here's all the arrival trains. We got way too many engines in here, unfortunately, so we'll probably have to get some light power output. But yeah, there's stuff in here. Some of it's recently arrived, some of it's arrived a while back, but we run everything over the 24 hours over the course of currently 40 is the cycle factor, so 40-day cycles. But then we got the bowl here, we got the local yard, we got the departure yards, building outbound trains, the trim power there. We will be hosting a live event. Now that we got this good platform for hosting, we're going to be hosting a live event coming up on Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, daylight to 10 p.m. Eastern, or maybe a little bit later. Not too much later because I got to work the next day, but I got the old yard and everything else, and I think last night Cadiz was run. So I was going to see what had changed since I had been on last night, and I don't think it's been too much. It was about midnight when I gave up on it. Let me see if I can find myself. Yeah, Cadiz. I think the Cadiz local came in. We were riding with him or I was riding with him for a while there. He got some bare table storage. Yeah, so yeah, he's arrived, and the string of cars over here was actually spawned, which is the outbound. So this is what Cadiz will be taking back. And then once he takes his cars, anything that's bound for Cadiz gets deleted because it goes off-world. He goes and picks them up, and that is Cadiz. And if there's too many cars, like cement or whatever, I don't know if we have any cement lately. No, that's because Victorville hasn't run, so we don't even have any cement cars. They should build up Monday, and there's a limit of 15 cement cars. But yeah, that's about it. Not too much more I can go on. I basically wanted to do this as a second test just to see how things are going with the different quality and how it looks, and I might check this later this afternoon. I'm probably gonna if the storms didn't get the storms last night we were supposed to get, so let me just see the form responses. Like I was saying before, you check the beginning and you can see where there's usually, unless you're in a min, you got it. It'll show up as anonymous if others are looking in at the same time. But so yeah, we had a couple trains run overnight. Dave crew changed at 1:41 this morning, and then we had the Mike crew change just right around the time that I had left to go to bed and the last live stream. But then, yeah, this morning nothing much. We had an early morning train that departed Ash Hill for Danby, for Barlub, and then the RV West Colton actually arrived in UP West Colton. So I think he just arrived a few moments ago, and then he just logged off. So could have followed him. Actually, I think he was already done by the time I got on because he wasn't in control of the train. So I just missed him coming in. But yeah, that's just about it for now. I'm just gonna end this because there's nothing I can think of really. I could have titled this differently. I didn't know. That's the problem with not having your own server anymore, is you don't know what activity is going on, unless, of course, I could have gone to the registry, which you can all do as well, just like I did. But there's nothing too much else. West Colton, I think I got a signal here. I'll close that off. But everything else looks pretty much hunky-dory. And these don't mean nothing at the moment anyways. They're just, we put them green if there's a departure or if there's an available track. So Barstow, yeah, we got lots of work ahead of us in Barstow. We had a little bit of work last night. We couldn't get it together, and by the time Mike came on, it was getting a little late. He had a hectic night, so but we are going to if nobody runs Barstow over this weekend, we are going to run it Sunday night, and we will live stream Sunday, tomorrow night, once again, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern, and from there, I believe I will be running the trim, but I will come in to show you all just a little preview. Since I got it going, I might as well just keep yapping a little bit longer. And I mean, you know, if it's too much, you can always exit the video. But so we got the trim units here, which are all powered up and whatever. So I'll be working the trim, which basically takes away these cars according to this little thing, if I can find it. I don't want to do that one. Let me go into the registry. And then I posted in the Wikia there that you saw about what was going on as far as the tests and anything else. Come on, there we go. So yeah, we already got the first one set up. We got 74 minutes. Every midnight, currently it's 36 minutes per day gets added on, and the reason why it's 36 minutes is that's what, when you divide 24 hours into 40, will give you. So we're up to 74 minutes that's available, and right now we only have the one hump set. There's been no further Yardmaster instructions since Thursday night when we last ran. So we got the one set up. It's a big 143. It's across tracks 10 and 9, and this is all the information here is available. We highly recommend, though, if you're going to run it, one, you should know what you're doing, and two, you should probably be doing a two-man crew to be most efficient. Because if you're not, then you're probably doing too much work and taking away too much time, especially when we got arrivals that are starting to stack up. Now, not all of these are available. As you can see, I put a note in here because it was late in Bakersfield building due to delays, actual delays, not user delays, but actual delays in the schedule because of scheduling delays. That availability has been pushed back to the 14th. So 1 week later. This will be says June the 1st, but that's because it's not even going to pop up this cycle. So this will all change next cycle. So that's not going to be available till the next cycle. That'll be probably the end of the cycle by the looks of it right now. And that was available since the 7th. This became available yesterday, so that'd be the next one. And then at 4:40 this morning, this one became available, which is another 40 cars. So that's what we're looking at. Probably is going to have 3 trains worth. We're looking at 110 minutes. We're anticipating it's going to be available for Sunday, because you add 36, that'll give you 110. If nobody else runs, Mike and I will run it on Sunday night, and we will stream it live right here. We'll show you what all this is, what it means, if this is all Chinese or whatever other language you want to call it to you. We'll explain what this all means, or I'll explain, because I'll be the one commentating. And there'll be action too, of course, because I will be in the process of trimming all this. So anything that's like 114 that happens in the middle of the hump, which is why teamwork is important. But 104, 105, you can see here, 104, 105 is another one that's going to, 104, 105, yeah. 104, 105 is another one that is going to require some teamwork. So that's going to have to be done right away before the hump, just to clear that out. So I'll pick up those tracks, bring them over to the departure, set that up, and then he'll be humping his train by then, and then we'll have to figure out, depending upon whether or not he's humping track 9 or 10, we'll have to communicate which one he should hump first. May not matter. We'll figure it out, and then we'll stop the hump at some point to allow either me to get in there or we'll allow 114 access so that I can get back in there, go into local yard and sort this out. This has been really sorted, but I don't know. I mean, Boron doesn't run till the next day, so I'm not too sure why it's that sorted. But anyways, I guess there was some available time, so we got ahead of the game. So that should give us some departures. And yeah, I'm gonna get hungry now. So we've got what are we in this cycle? 17, 18? I think we're at about 7 o'clock. So I don't know. Let me just see what's coming up or what's on standby. Wow. Yeah, we still have San Diego to play around with. Another X train's going to be available later tonight. Holy crap. So, but we got crew changes out there, so there's plenty of trains that are still out there and available. I don't know about this one. Has Bartol been at East Goff since June 22nd? I doubt it. But you never know. Maybe it is. I don't have external dispatcher on right now, so I ain't gonna worry about it. So, yeah, but that's about it for now. I'm gonna end this and see how the quality. If I increase the quality a little bit, just to see how it goes, and we will see you Sunday night. Talk to you later.